It's a pinchy bedtime story. Buckle up, it's time to fuck shit up. You already know how we do it, man. Bedtime stories are real, they've happened. Sabes que we're gonna get to the realness and the illness of the situation. No added preservatives, we don't do that right here on Gunner's Profiles. Now trip out. Bedtime stories. Sabes que the hit, not the one hit wonder, the hit over and over and over again and make them wonder, right? In the menudo style of direct fashion, I want to tell you guys a little story about a club, right? I was getting the bajatangas at the club. For those of you that don't know what the bajatangas, refer to the Mexican dictionary, and it'll be right there. Now, trip out. I went to this one club in the Bay Area, right? The wiggle was real. It's a place that I like to frequent, or I did in the past. It was a place that I used to hit up all the time because there was so much diversity there. You just never, life was like a box of chocolates. You just never knew what you were going to get. And I like chocolate. Pensa, a la tira. Janet, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, right? Ponle. Hey, Paula Abdul, hey, you're forever my girl. Straight up, now tell me, now trip out. So I go to this club this one night, and I'm striking out. 3 strikes, I'm out. It seems like every chick I tried to get, I don't know if it was the shirt I was wearing, so I was gonna smell like sobacos. I don't know, my Savoya game was just definitely hitting that night because they were just bouncing from me. Every chick I tried to get, I'm like, hey, what's up, babe? You know, Saskia got out of prison. She was like, yeah, well, your ass needs to go back because you ain't getting no game right here. And it was just a hard situation. And now, prior to this day, I never had no days like this. Times I wish raindrops would fall. But the raindrops definitely weren't falling. Wasn't nothing falling into my lap. I was about to have to settle out of court with a fucking big fat ass torta. And guess what? I'm willing and able, right? 450, come on, go ahead and lift me. Now, trip out, so, I'm like thinking, fuck, man, I gotta do something, because times are rough. Right? Hook me up because I don't know to what point and I'm already thinking, I'm looking through my phone book, like, fuck, old school phone book. That lets you know what time it was, right? Damn, mate, fuck, damn, 375. Staying alive, right? And I'm skipping through it. And I'm already gonna have to resort to them tactics when in walks this one chick. She was a white girl. To what degree of white girl I can't call it. I found out later on that evening. But she walked in, hey, things that make you go, right? As soon as I seen that, I said, okay, all right now, white girl, I see the way you're rocking that. She was like a mix between Britney Spears and Sinead O'Connor. See, nothing compared to her, but at the same time, I knew it smelled like cabbage. Fuck it. I was in it to win it. I was down. It's a bedtime story, right? So I approached her like a smooth Mac does. I said, hey, what's happening? You know, I hit her with the what's happening, and she was all, now, I love these kind of white girls. I call them featherwoods, right? The kind that it's like their first time in a club where there's black men. So their eyes are captivated on people, right? So I made sure I hit her with one of these, the Patrick Swayze, so that way she could see I was working in like fucking, a mix between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, right? So she seen it, she was like, oh shit. Yeah, he's working with 10 monsters. Exactly, only it's 11. And, she definitely was popping it with me. I was like, hey, can I buy you a drink? It ain't tricking if you got it. I had it that night. I don't have it anymore. But I bought her a drink, and we got to kicking it. So I already knew, hey, I could put her name in my telephone book. I'm about to take a deeper look, right? It was already going to be on and cracking. You could tell when you're vibing, you're feeling it. She's already looking at the door. I'm looking at all exits. You know what I mean? So I can't let her get away, but at the same time, I'm trying to get away with her. And she was like, hey, what do you want to do after this? Saz! Sting it, right? Got it. When they tell you that, gente, that's automatic. That fuck stick shift, that's automatic. It's it, you know what I mean? Put that shit in e-brake, because we're about to go in her pad and kick it. I said, I don't know, I was thinking about going to your pad and see what's happening. She was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I said, well, that wasn't what I was thinking, but I mean, I guess we can do that. So I followed her, we went to her pad. Now, along the way, she wanted to stop at the liquor store. I know it sounds like a movie, but it's real life. She went into the liquor store. I said, ooh, shit, she's buying? I ain't lying, right? I'm kicking back, posted up like a motherfucking G that I was, right? Looking out the window to see if I see something better, because if I do, ¿sabes qué? Pensa la tira. See you later, white girl, right? I'm going to go over here with the Mexicana because they just hit different. And if I see Africana, so I was going to give it to her the long way. She might not appreciate it, but I will. So I'm looking and I don't see anything other than a torta on the corner giving a mamon to a paisa. I said, okay, that ain't for me. He's over there like, Viva de tres. I said, orale, Buki, those books. I see you, Hans. You know what I mean? You're getting your Oaxacan on, right? He's doing his thing. So she comes out looking thicker than fucking a Twinkie. And she's like, hey, just follow me. We're right around the corner. And she has a bottle of Alizé. Now, if you guys remember when the Heiners used to sip that old school Alizé, it used to make them fruity. It used to make them do different type of shit. I said, oh, there's going to be a whole lot of licking vassal going on here tonight. That I could guarantee. You know what I mean? I'm glad I didn't shave, right? So I'm posted up chilling. And we get to her pad. Now, she lived in a nice little condominium. It was about on the 3rd or 4th floor. I can't recall. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. But guaranteed, I was going up in there and I was going up to win it. That's why I was in it, right? So she gets to her house and she's like, hey, my roommates are gone. I said, why white girls always got roommates? Why can't they just afford some shit on their own? Why do they always got to have roommates? And she was like, hey, they're not home, so it's all good. We have the whole apartment for ourselves this weekend. She said, weekend? I said, upstairs Friday? That means Saturday, Sunday. Oh, it's going to be a long one. You know what I mean? Let's get it, right? So we walked in her pad, and I ain't going to lie, it was kind of a nice pad. It seemed like one side of the room was a little bit more dirtier than the other. So I was like, I told myself in my mind, stay away from that side because you might get bed bugs. Over here, though, which just happened to be her side, gracias, right, was a little bit cleaner. So I made sure I sat like this on that side of the couch, and it was all good. And she was like, hey, you want a drink? I said, well, what you got to sip on? Of course, she broke out the blue Alizé. I said, all day, yo, you know, in the bay, yo. So she went and got some nice glasses. I had to make sure my glass was clean. You know what I mean? Not white girl knows. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I mean? Of course, I went to the sink, washed them out real fast. She poured me a little Alizé, and I got to sipping. She goes, hey, do you smoke? I said, frajos. She said, what are those? I said, don't trip. I'll show you after I bone you. She was like laughing. Ha, who said we're going to do anything, right? As she's taking her sweater off and her big-ass steptoes are bouncing. I said, the wind's blowing, right? So the wind started to blow. Needless to say, we got it in that night. Okay, now I say that to say this. It was cool. It lasted 30, 35 minutes, right? And I needed to get out of there. You know, she smelled like roses. The game was fine. Everything was great. We sipped the whole Alizé. I got about 3 or 4 different types of styles of mamons. For those of you that don't know what different types of styles of mamons, refer to my other channel. Anyways, it was going down, right? I jammed. Bam, I'm tired already. And it wasn't that serious. You know what I mean? I wasn't even going to get back at the chick. But let me tell you what happens the next weekend. So I actually go to the club and I'm getting my hunting on, right? I'm getting my kangaroo jack on. Hey, I see him. This is the wild, right? As I approach her, I'm doing my crocodile hunter, right? I'm trying to get this badass one. She was a little on the torta side, but her face made up for whatever she weighed. So I was like, damn, I had a bad one. She looked like she was Cubana or Puerto Ricana. I don't know what she was and to what degree of fucking Latina she was, but I was about to hit her with the Latin History X. Marks the spot, right? When all of a sudden I see the white girl. She's with this brother. And I don't know why, but I felt some type of way. She's laughing, and she was laughing more with him than she was with me. See, what I didn't realize was that first night, she was on black hunt, meaning she was going to look for a brother, right? She was looking for one of them ATL cats. She was looking for the Migos, right? She was in that motherfucker looking for a nice brother that she could do whatever she wanted to with. And she just happened to run into the young cat, right? You know, I slid up in that motherfucker like, you know what I mean? And because, you know, I'm mixed, and when I say mixed, from the waist down, she agreed with it. It was all good. After she got a grip, you know what I mean? She bumped me with her hip, and it was all good. But now she's over there dancing and laughing. I'm over here with fucking my eyeglass looking at the crack over here. And then I'm over here and she's over here dancing and twirling her hair. And I said, you know what I mean? I feel like this is my bitch. Like she's cheating on me, right? So I actually went over there. I hit her with the smooth one. I hit her with the dubs dance. So she could see me, right? I was blinging. I was flinging. I was doing my thing. And she sees me and she's like, hey, what's his name? Hey, this is Daryl. I said, shit, I knew it was D-Ron, Daryl, Monte or something like that. What's happening, my brother, right? He's like, what's up? Bam. We shook on it. I'm looking at him like, damn, you trying to hit that, huh? He looked at me like, damn, you already hit that, huh? I'm looking at him like, yeah, I sure did, right? He's looking at me, yeah, I sure am. So look, this is what happens. Meanwhile, while I'm over here with the white girl and trying to get involved in the reindeer games, this other chick wiggled. The wiggleization was real. Some other brothers slid up on him. Jerry Curl shook it on her, right? She Minnetonka, Minnesota about that motherfucker with crazy stories, and that was that. Anyway, so I'm over here, man, on my motherfucking Ren shit. You know that motherfucker that ain't quite Dr. Dre, ain't Ice Cube, definitely ain't Easy E, but he's just there? That was me. The fiddle in the middle, right? The dick in between two balls. So I'm like, what's happening? And so I'm looking at the white girl like, how dare you? She's looking at the black dude like, what are we going to do about this guy? He's looking at me like, I'm down to share, cuz, if you're down. I'm looking at him like, shit, I guess, right? Look, she's like, oh, how can I choose? She's rubbing on both of us. The brother's looking at her like, bitch, you done chose up already. I'm looking at him like, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Needless to say, we all bounced back to her path that night. This was my first time ever indulging in jungle love. Yeah, oh, because one thing I'm going to tell you right now, the brother said, okay, she went to go, again, with the Alizé. I don't know what it is about these white girls, but they just hit different on Alizé. She was like, hey, you guys want some drinks? Yeah, go do that. So look, here's the game plan, bro. I was like Marv Levy and that motherfucker, like the Buffalo Bills, trip out. So I'm going to go in there with her first, right? I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. And then he said, nah, good, nah, but see, I knocked the white girl, so I should go first. I said, yeah, but I got priors with her, homie. He was like, shit, let's flip on it. I said, no, we ain't going to do all that. Look, trip out, fuck. I'm getting nervous, how are we going to get this? He's like, we're going to both get it. Just calm down. I said, my anxiety. I said, you know what I mean? So I'm a northerner. You know what I mean? I was tripping. Well, God, I was like, look, how about we do it like this? How about we let the bitch choose? He was like, oh, I like that. I'm about to shift this something over here. I said, oh, man, I might not even stand a chance around this guy. I shift the mind that way. I said, now, look, here's the rules. I said, you stay far away from me, though, brother, right? Because I don't get down. He said, I'm not, cuz I don't get down like that either. I said, okay, just so you know, ready? Hike, right? So he went on his side, the dirty side. Thank God the wind was blowing. I already knew the clean side, so I'm over here like this, going on pinchy, nice fabric softener. He's over there with the bed bugs and the roaches doing this, trying to get them up out his waves, right? The chick comes out and she's like, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to watch TV? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm proud of this brother. I'm proud to say, man, hey, shout out to my brothers, right? That about stood up. He said, man, I'm trying to get my dick sucked right now, right? She said, what? I said, what? Right? She was like, well, all you had to do was say something. This man jumped up. They went straight to the room. I mean, I'm sitting there like this, watching SpongeBob. I didn't know what to do, right? I could hear some extracurricular activities. He went for the gusto, CB4. He went MC Gusto on her. He's in there killing that shit, right? White girl just getting splattered all over the place, right? And I'm like, damn, man. I feel like the odd one out. Of course, I wiggled my way in, so now I have to wiggle the fuck on out. I was just about to hit the door when she was like, hey, are you going to come in here? And that's when I had to make a life decision. See, gente, there's a lot of people at this point in time that have been like, hell no, I'm cool off this shit, right? I said, shit. Let me reel them in, right? Ding dong, the bitch is dead. And I said, hey, brother, before I went in there, man, I hope I don't see something I don't want to see. He's like, oh, nah, he's put away. Don't trip. I went up into this brother was smoking a joint, sitting in the bed in his boxers like some big old Debo motherfucker. I was like, damn. I felt like the little ass Mexican. I said, to what part of the game is this? She was like, pull him out, right? Look it. Ain't no shame in my game. I said, bro, can you turn the other cheek? He said, man, I ain't even tripping off your little old shit, man. Let me go over here, right? That fool went up to go to the bathroom. I was in that motherfucker quick, like, wangala. I got my issue real fast. I mean, 1.7 gigawatts, right? Great Scots! I back to the future their ass. But it was just too good. I bend over. Thumbs down, need to find out what that cheeks clap like, right? I gotta hang to the dick, ride to the dot. Wobble. And I slide. And I got my slide on, right? The brother comes out, he was like, damn, you're done already? I was zipping him up like, all right, bro. So, you know what I mean? However you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. He was like, you're leaving? Nah, bro, we about to run her. I said, well, what does that mean? To what degree of run? See, to this point, I have never ran. I just walked or low-rided. I said, well, what do you mean run? Like Usain Bolt run, or like run from the cops, or like run from the enemigos? Like, what type of run are you talking about here? He was like, nah, we about to run her. She was like, yeah, run this, right? She's still bent over, right? We took turns watching SpongeBob while we ran her. Right? We never did the trifecta. I wasn't quite into that. I just couldn't be that close to a people. After doing so much time in prison, I didn't want, shorty swing my way. I didn't want to swing that way. And I definitely thought it was unbecoming. He wasn't down. I wasn't down. I definitely was like, fuck that. Right? He was like, nope. Right? I could see the gleam in his eye. I was like, nope, this brother, he might get me mixed up. Next thing you know, he might mistake me for Rosie. I ain't getting down like that, right? So I bounced up out of there. Like a jackrabbit. He was getting his thump on like Thumper, right? I went in there like Bambi, wobbly legged, hey, right? Handled my business. After about 3 or 4 rounds of the funky stuff, I said, hey, I got to get up out of here. It's been great. It's been nice. It's been wonderful. It's been profusely. You've made me happy. Okay? I left. Left the brother there. He was in a state of bliss. Like, again, he was smoking the leño, kicking back, rubbing his hair through blonde hair, right? Or his hand through blonde hair. I bounce. That's where it gets ugly. Next weekend pops. Same club, same time, same white girl, right? I see her. She's with another brother this time, right? I said, ooh, wee. I already know what she's down for, man. I slid up on her. I'm like, what's up with it? She's like, she was acting funny this time, right? I'm like, hey, don't even trip, man. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, it's good, bro. We gonna run this, right? He was like, what you mean run this, right? I said, we gonna run this. He said, what you mean run a fade? I said, no, hold on. To what degree of fade are we talking here? Yeah, I got a taper. I don't do fade. Look, the white girl's down, fool. What's up? She's right there like, duh, I'm here. I'm like, shut up. Yeah, you're good for only one thing and one thing only. And it ain't washing dishes. I seen the dishes last time I was at your pad. Very dirty, right? What's up, bro? And he was like, hey, this is my wife. Oh, yeah, this is the wrong white girl right here. Yeah, this guy wrong one right here. Oh, shit. Hey, I don't even know you. She was like, no, you don't know me. I was like, nah, what are you drinking there? I was like, that was just a wild guess. And I bounced up out of there. Needless to say, the Volta came outside. We did have to throw down. He beat me up. I'm going to keep it real. I'll be a liar and a fat mouth if I sat here and said I smashed him. The Volta hit me all kinds of different ways. Oh, shit, right? Beat me up, and that was a lesson to be learned that never open your fucking mouth before you know what time it is. See, I could have just slid her a fucking wheel out. Hey, meet me in the bathroom for my mom, right? Or anything. But of course, me feeling like the baboso that I was, hey, what's up, girl? Let's run that, homie. And shit, we ran the fade. And that was it. Needless to say, I never seen the white girl again. At the end of the day, I'm sure her old man probably gave it to her the long way that night. And that was it. But the lesson to be learned, word to the wise, you just never know what you're going to find at the club, and you never know what could happen. Like I said, the first day, fantabulous. The next day, ludicrous. You know what I mean? We was getting the word of the mouth on. The third time, that was, I got beat up. From the feet up, I went there trying to get my wangalization on, right? I was trying to get me something. From any degree of a torta to a skinny mini, it didn't matter at that point, you know what I mean? I'm a maniaco like that. And I left with a black eye and a chipped tooth. So I was scared. The brother was like, sir, what's your charge? Oh, power! I was like, oh, fuck, right? The other brother was probably in the corner like, shawty swing my way with the torta I was trying to get in the first place. Ugly situations. Anyways, that's a bedtime story, man. I just wanted to bring it to you. I hope I brought a beautiful but motherfucking gangster-ass smile to your face. You already know what it is. These are all real-life stories, man. Ain't no sense in throwing on hot sauce and fabricating shit up. I don't do it like that, cuz. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not going to add names and places and times and all that because I was scared. The Vata's probably still married, you know, to the fucking Africano, and he might try to come beat me up again, eh? And then says, okay, this time I ain't going out like that. The wind's blowing. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you guys get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoy these bedtime stories, man. These are not for the kiddies. Put them to bed when you play this because I was scared they might hear something, and I ain't going to be the one to teach them about the birds, the bees, the flower, and the trees. Definitely the trees. You know what it is, man. Let's get it in. If you like this, hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. Bedtime story shit. If not, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears his crown. I'm going to continue to struggle and strive for what I truly believe in. And that's all the realest and the illest content I can definitely bring you guys. I ain't even started yet. You heard me? I said I ain't even started yet. Hey, Gunner's running out of material. Is that right? I'll run out of material when fucking hell freezes over, pigs fly, and people stop telling, which is never. The gun. Bang, bang.